So a system of equations, like we just did in our warm-up with the cars and the motorcycles, was more than one equation. A system of inequalities is going to be more than one inequality. And what's the difference between an equation and an inequality? They're almost the exact same thing, but what's the difference? What does an inequality got?
The alligator.
Little alligator mouth. So like a less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. So when you have more than one of them, your answer is the overlap. And we're going to use two colors. So we're going to color one with one color and one with the other, and then we'll be able to see where they overlap. So we have done this before with one at a time. We're just going to do two together. I'm going to see if you remember this. When you have a symbol like this, do you see the one I'm pointing at? It doesn't have an equal to. What kind of a line is it? Dotted, like an open line, a dashed line. And when you have the equal to, it's a solid line. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to look at the calculator. And I'm going to type in that first one. Do you see it right there? X greater than 2y plus 8. Do you see how I just did that? Now I'm going to put it back to home because I kind of messed with my window a little bit. Do you see some pretty points that we could plot?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 8, 0. Yeah, you got 0, -4. You've got 4, -2. Hopefully your slope instinct would kick in. It's up 1 over 2. Okay. Well, my scale is a little bit off. It's going to be up 1 over 2. But we're going to start at -4. So take your first color, whatever your first color is. Mine's going to be this pinkish reddish here. We're going to start at -4. And your slope was 1/2. So up 1 over 2.
It goes to -4, -2.
Yeah, right here. 4, -2.
No, y-axis, it goes from -4 to -2. Wouldn't it be up 2?
No, it's up 1 over 2. Do you see how it intersects at 0, -4 and 8, 0? I promise it's up 1 over 2. The slope is 1/2. Look. Up 1 over 2. You see that? Yeah, well, that's the next thing I was going to get to. Do you see how it's a dotted line? And then do we shade above or below it? Below, right? So connect those with a dotted line. And you're going to shade in this part. Now, don't shade like super heavy. Don't like super press on it because we're now going to switch colors and do the other line. And we sort of want to extra color in where the overlap is. So you just want to sort of shade it lightly. So now I'm going to go back to my calculator and type in the other one. 2x plus y less than or equal to 1. So can you guys look? I'm going to get rid of this one. 2x plus y less than or equal to 1. I'm going to put it back to home so we can see the center here. Now I need to find some pretty points. Let me zoom in just like a little bit, see if this will, there we go. All right, so 0, 1, good job. You can plot that on your, now switch colors. You want this one to be your other color. So we're going to do 0, 1. Now that's a fraction, so I don't want to do that. But do you see how my next pretty point would be right here? What is this point? Yeah, 1, -1. And then you would have 2, -3. So 1, -1, be right here. 2, -3. And then hopefully your slope instinct will kick in. What is the slope of this line? It's -2 because it's going down 2 over 1. So it should look like that. Unfortunately, I can't have Desmos and my paper up there at the same time. So you're going to have to pay attention so I can switch back and forth with them. Now, what kind of line was that? I'll go back to the calculator. It's a solid line. And do we shade above or below? Below. Do you see how this is below the line? This would be above. This is below. So watch, I'm going to shade this side like this. And then you're going to take probably just your pencil, like your regular basic pencil. an extra shade in where the overlap is. So do you see how this slice right here is where we have both of them at the same time? Okay, you want to extra shade that in. That's where your answer is. That is the solution.
What color?
I just use the regular pencil for that. Like I'm kind of extra shading that in. Now listen. Guys, be quiet. Let's verbally just go over some points that are part of the solution. Can you give me a point that lives in this section?
1 5.
All right, so 1, -5. Very good. What else? 2, -8. What did you say? 5, -10 would be all the way down here. Now listen. Do the points right here count? Do you see the ones I'm pointing at on this line?
No. No.
Those actually do count. Why do they count? Because it's solid. How about these ones right here? No, they do not count because this one's dotted. And how about this point right here?
Yes. No.
No, because this one is dotted. If they were both solid, then it would count. Okay. Now let's try another one. Given this graph, see how it gets split into 4 sections, A, B, C, D. Match each region with the correct system of inequalities. I'm just gonna graph them and we'll take a look. I need for you guys to just watch. I know it's not super interesting to watch your teacher type this, but the calculator does it for you. So just accept that it's easy. Eyes up here, and I want you to tell me if I type something wrong. That's your job when I'm typing this. All right, so I just typed that first one. You guys see it? Looks like this. Which section is the overlap? A, B, C, or D?
Oh.
Did you see that? A? I kind of can't like make you see it. All right. But when I type this first one, that's A. Now I'm going to type number 8. It's practically the exact same thing, just some of the symbols got switched around. I actually think the first equation is the exact same. This one just got switched the other way. So greater than or equal to. Now that one's B. Do you see how this is the darkest part? The overlap right there? Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's like the takeaway here. All right. So that one's B. These might go in order. A, B, C, D. Let me see. Let me do the next one. So this one is less than or equal to. And then this one is also less than or equal to. Okay. So A, B, C, or D for that one. Oh, it didn't go in order. D for that one. And then the last one will be C. So D for that one, and then this one's. All right, flip over. We'll do a couple more, and then you guys are being good, so I'll give you your break. All right. Oh, nice. I have someone out right now. Absolutely. All right, now this one's graphed for us, so I don't need my calculator. That's convenient. I'd rather not have to type it in. So all of these points here are options. We're going to select all, so there could be more than one. That are solutions. I need for you to just watch because I don't have a better answer than, hey, look it. All right. -4, -3. That would be right here.
No.
Why is it no? Because it's on a dotted line. So no for that one. Do you guys understand why?
No.
Why is that one a no? I'm asking somebody else. Why is this one no? Do you understand why it's no? Dotted line. Perfect. All right. 4, 1 is the intersection.
No. Yeah.
No, because this one is dotted. If they were both solid, it would count. Do you guys get that? Both solid, it would count. All right. How about -4, -1? What you think? Yes, that one is in the extra shaded part. This is our answer right here. How about 3, 4? No, that is not in the shaded, the overlap shaded part. 8, -2 would be right here. No, that's not anywhere close to this extra shaded part, so we don't want that one. Gosh, we might only get one answer, unless this last one counts. -4, 7.
Yeah.
Yes, that counts because it's on the solid line. So we just got those two. All right, so here, do you have your colors handy? Hey, focus. I'm going to come over here and type in that first one. When I'm typing, what is your job? Look for mistakes. All right. Do you see that? 2x minus 4 less than 2. Do you see how it's a vertical line? There's a reason why that happened. Look at the equation. What do you notice it is missing? 2x, it does not have a y. Do you see that? Do you remember Vux? Boy, Vux with the X is vertical, all right? So let me share screen again. It's a vertical line at where? 3. Do you see that there? Thank you. You guys all okay? All right, vertical line at 3. What kind of line?
Dotted.
Dotted, thank you. And you're going to shade to the left. All right, so take your first color. You're going to put that dotted line at 3. No, for vertical line, I mean, vertical and horizontal kind of don't follow the rest of those rules. I mean, you can put points all along there if you want to, but vertical and horizontal are kind of like their own special case here. All right, and while you're shading that in, and don't shade it too heavy because we want the darkest part to be the overlap. Now, what do you notice about the next one? What is it missing? Look at it. An X. So instead of a vertical line, it's going to be, sorry, that's hoy, all right? Is greater than or equal to 18. I might need to zoom out or like look around for this one. All right, horizontal line at where? 4. And what kind of line is it? Solid. And we're going to shade above, all right? So solid horizontal line at 4. Use your other color. And then you shade above. So it's going to look like this. And then just take your regular old pen or pencil that's not a color at all, and then extra shade in the overlap part. So that's this section. This is a really easy lesson because the calculator kind of does it for you. You just have to understand the whole solid and dotted part. So can anyone give me a point, something, comma, something, that's part of the answer? All right, 0, 4, negative 4, 8, I heard. How about negative 7, 4? Yes, anything along here. How about 3, 7? No. How about 3, 4? No. No. Why not? Why is this? This is dotted. Why? When would that intersection be a yes? Both good. I got you. They're both solid. Cool. So go ahead and flip over. Let's look at the next one. When I'm typing this in, your job is to watch and make sure nothing gets typed in wrong, okay? Because when you go to do your classwork, you're going to have to do this. So did I type that okay? What question are we on? 3. Very good. All right. So let's find some pretty points. What have we got? Yeah, 0, negative 4. Good. Go ahead and plot that. I can't have my paper and this up here at the same time. 0, negative 4. Take your first color, whatever that is. All right. And then do you see how we have 6, 0? It's up. Well, good. Yeah, it's up 4 over 6. But if you reduce that, it's up 2 over 3. Look. Up 2 over 3. So what I want you to do is keep on counting up 2 over 3 until you get all your points. Can you guys focus back there? So it was up 4 over 6, but if you reduce 4 and 6, it's 2 and 3, up 2 over 3. So I'll go back to the calculator. This is a lot of me going back and forth here. What kind of line? Dotted. And then where do we shade? Above. And again, don't shade like too vigorously. Like
too vigorously.
No, that's fine. But you're using markers instead of colored pencils, so it's a little bit different for you. But just don't, you don't want it to be too dark because you want the darkest part to be where the overlap happens. So just, a little bit. Hanging in there? Are you getting it? Oh, all right. Yeah, there. That's good. Beautiful. All right. Hey, guys, be quiet. Be quiet, please. All right. So now I'm going to go and change it to the other one. So we got 20x. Oh, whoops, I don't want to do that. And do you guys see how I'm only doing one at a time?
Whoa. Yeah.
That's what you want to do. All right, and then this is greater than, neither of these have an equal to. 120. All right, hey, enough. Focus. Hands to yourselves. All right, so let's find some pretty points on this one. Again, we have 0, -4. So take your other color, 0, -4. So that's where they're going to intersect. Oh, and this looks like a -2/3 slope. So down 2/3. So it's going to be the same thing, but going the other way. So down 2/3. Dotted line, and we're shading above. And I'm sorry, I can't have both of them up there at the same time, but. So a -2/3 slope, dotted line, and then you shade above it. And again, just like, don't shade too hard because you want to extra shade like where the overlap is. So if you just take your regular pen or pencil, like not one of the colors, do you see how this top section is where it's both of them at the same time? This is your answer. Now, since both of those are dotted, do any of the points along the lines count? No, none of them do. So can you give me a point that does count?
0,
0, 0. Go for the easy one. What were you going to ask me a question?
How do we know if we shade over now?
The calculator, you look at it. So when I share the screen, do you see how it's above? But do you also see how this is a greater than? Greater than means above and less than means below. But just type it in the calculator. All right, go ahead and flip over. I'm going to type in number 4. We got 3x greater than y - 5. See, the thing is, this one says greater than, but it's below, but that's because the y is on the other side. Like they got swapped. So, you got to be careful with that. All right, so let's find some pretty points on this one. This looks a little tougher to find some pretty points on. Do you see anywhere that's like a nice
5.
All right, we got 0, 5. So take your first color and plot 0, 5. And then I thought I saw another one in there. Yeah, do you see this one right here? Where I'm pointing with my cursor? Do you see that? Good job. -1, 2. So we've got -1, 2. And then, very good. Can you say that louder so everyone can hear that?
Up 3/1.
Do you see how your slope is 3? Up 3/1. So just keep counting by 3. If you can count to 3, you can do it. 3, up 3/1. You really only need 2 points to find a slope. Once you get those 2, then you just keep the pattern going. Those up 3/1. So you can look for more points on the calculator if you want, but I kind of find that annoying. As long as you find 2 of them, then you're good. All right, solid or dotted? Dotted, because we don't have the equal to. So dotted line. And then you're going to shade below. So this side here, the underneath side. And again, just don't shade like too hard. It was dotted because we didn't have an equal to. All right, so now I'm going to go and type in the other one. So you guys need to watch, make sure I type it right. All right, 2y greater than or equal to, thank you, plus 10. All right, so let's find some pretty points. Oh my gosh, it's 0, 5. And then do you see how it's also -1, 2? So what do you notice? It's the same line, but instead of dotted, it's solid. So you're going to just basically cover that over. And this one is shaded on this side. So here is the $1 million question. This one's shaded here. This one's shaded here. Bless you. Where do they overlap? Where do they? Because one was dotted. So where do they overlap? Nowhere. So your answer is no solution. Irrelevant. And let's keep that to ourselves. We don't have to say every thought that comes into our head. So let me recap that. Hold on. Do you guys see how they don't overlap anywhere? So no solution. Go ahead. I was about to bring that up. Yeah. If both of the lines were solid, you would you would get only the points that are on the line. That would be super weird and you would never get a question like that. But that is interesting to think about. All right, we're going to do one more. Number 5. So watch while I type it in. 3y minus 3 greater than or equal to 2x. All right. Can you guys find me a pretty point? Find one that's good.
0, 1.
0, 1. Go ahead and plot that while I take care of the passes. All right. 0, 1. Take your first color. Hold on. I have to maneuver my screens here. All right. You guys all with me? Take your first color. Shh. Quiet. 0, 1. Do you see another one that's on like a nice whole number? Yeah, that one. What is that? 3, 3? So we got 0, 1, and we got 3, 3. So look, good. You only need 2 points to get the slope. Do you see how it's up 2 over 3? Then just keep that going. If you can count to 3, you can do it. Up 2 over 3. Without me going back to the calculator screen, is this one solid or dotted? Look at the
Solid.
good. Do you see how there's an equal to? So solid. And I'll go back. I think it was above, but let me just double check. There's no point in guessing if the calculator will do it for you. So yeah, we're going to shade above. So like this. And then swap colors with somebody at your group. And I'll type in the other one. And when I finish this, don't stop listening to me because I have a couple other things I want to say. All right, can you find or did I type it right? First of all, is that correct? All right, can you find a pretty point? Oh, yeah, 0, 1. So switch colors. That one is where they intersect. 0, 1. And then it's not the exact same line, is it? 2, 4. Yeah, I think that's 2, 4. Okay, yeah, it's not the exact same line. Yeah, up 3 over 2. Do you guys see that there? You really only need 2 points to get the pattern going. You just got to be able to count, but you can all count. I believe in you. All right, so keep that pattern going. You guys just need to calm down and focus long enough to be able to count is all that it is. I know you can do it. All right, and that one was also solid. And this is why you really want to do them one at a time, is so you can find your points. All right, so solid. And we're going to shade underneath part. So this side. So this side. So where is the overlap? It's kind of tiny. Like, yeah, do you see that top right? Like this section is where they both are. This little like pizza slice here. So listen. Does the intersection point 0, 1 count?
No. Yes.
It does
They're both
because
solid.
they're both solid. And all the points along both of the lines count because they're both solid. And obviously all the points in between. Okay?